everybody! Welcome to Odyssey of a Dragonlords, or rather, also known on YouTube as the Mythic Quest Saga. Um, I got a sneeze, but this is a problem. Stop it.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Joining me tonight, I should probably say, my name is Kat. I am the GM for this silly little Greek-inspired campaign, and joining me tonight, and as usual, are Ethan, Lily,
Hi.
Echo, John, and Dalton. We are no longer going to be having Ashley in the campaign. She has decided to step away, so we are... Thank you for the Prime. That's a lot of months.
At least two.
It's at least 2 months. But yeah, so she will no longer be joining us with our campaign, but come next session, so next month, we will have a new member joining us, and we are very excited to have her. She's going to be a great time, but we will leave you to speculate who that will be. Meanwhile, we're going to introduce our characters, and I'm also going to introduce the title of today's session. I'm just trying something new. So, today the title is For Whom the Bell Tolls, Does Death Come to Pass? So, that is from a poem that you will have to read and learn about as we progress. Meanwhile, my lovely players, would you care to introduce yourselves, starting with Ethan?
Hi. This is what I'm supposed to say, that I'm Ethan. And I'll be playing Aloran, our Twilight Nymph cleric who definitely doesn't serve an evil being. Definitely not evil.
Wonderful. Next up is Lily.
Hello, I'm Lily. I play Medea, and the last couple sessions I've also been playing Honora, as Medea's a little tied up at the moment.
In more ways than one. Wonderful. And now, off the cusp here, Echo.
Hello, hello.
Uh-oh,
I'm Echo.
no.
Oh no, don't tell me.
Oh,
Do not freaking tell.
um,
Is it really unflattering too? Is it like really bad looking too?
no.
Oh god.
No, there's some technical
can I-
difficulties. I'm so sorry, everybody.
It's a look of incredulity, to be fair.
You look very displeased.
Okay. Well, I'll just go ahead with my little intro real
Yeah.
quick, and then I'll try to fucking fix this.
Yep.
I'm Echo. I play Toka. I am the Circle of the Spores druid, who is a satyr. She's a little angry bean right now, so we'll see where that goes.
Yeah. John, take it away as Echo tries to fix her stuff.
Hello, I'm John. I'm playing Osiris, a Leonin fighter. I wasn't here in this session, so I don't know what's going on.
You have no
But I'm
idea.
here for it. I have no idea.
You have no idea. And finally, last but not least, Dalton.
I could say that I am the least. Hi, I am Dalton. I play Vin, the glorified chef of the group, if you will.
Yep. That was the thing. Thanks for the introductions, everybody. I'm still trying to fix stuff and make things not broken. Bear with me.
I apologize. Give me a moment.
No, take your time. Take your time. Things broke. You're gonna swap to not the 4 people, but we'll keep it to the 5. So, how's everyone doing?
Great.
Yeah.
We
Very
are
still up.
here we playing games like a real gamer?
Yeah.
Yeah, games.
Yeah.
Games are fun. I
Yeah.
like games.
One of which is D&D.
Okay, we have failed to
tell.
start the camera again. Oh dear Lord.
I have a question for you, Kat.
I have an answer for you.
Would you rather
Mhm.
have unlimited bacon
Okay.
but no games,
Okay.
or
Or
unlimited games, like all the games in the world that you could ever want to play,
but no bacon.
but no games?
That
But no memes? Did I hear that right?
no,
No
he said no
games.
games.
Oh, no games.
So unlimited games, but no games. Hold on, I gotta do the math in my head.
Anyway,
This hurts my lizard brain.
You don't say.
What?
We are going to be probably playing camera off with Echo tonight, so that means I gotta fix stuff. Give me a second.
yeah, go for a night, you know?
Yeah. Just suddenly it's a Echo Dalton body swap.
The body
Oh,
swap.
no, hold on. I didn't agree to that.
What happened? What happened?
What happened?
What is breaking?
Oh no, her Discord crashed.
Oh gosh.
Like full on crash?
She disconnected. She disconnected.
Oh
Or they disconnected. Shit.
goodness gracious. Okay, cool. They're back. Hi.
They're back.
Let's go.
Echo, hi.
Welcome back.
I'm having problems. I'm sorry. I don't know
It's
what's happening.
okay. It's all right.
Literally was perfectly fine in a Discord call earlier with my camera on. For some reason, it is right now, right here, that is just crashing my Discord entirely.
I don't know how to help you. I'm so sorry.
I don't know either. It's literally.
All right.
I'm just gonna drink my milkshake.
Yeah, we're gonna go for as long as we can here, and if we lose Echo, we lose Echo. So,
Acceptable casualties.
an acceptable
It's so
casualty,
good.
I'm afraid. Now that the tech stuff is out of the way, let's get started into what happened last time on Odyssey of the Dragonlords. Okay. Last session, Neri awoken in a void space, floating effortlessly within time imperceivable, hearing voices familiar to her, while the rest of the party travels back to the castle proper. Alarin, still holding on to Neri's hand, noticed that it began to regain color. Neri continues to float in this endless void before she sees a little pinprick of light, and after feeling a rush of different thoughts, visions, and sensations where she was previously, when the nymph forest burned, Neri finds herself returned to the party in a flash of light. After a brief discussion and explanation of events, the party arrives to the castle to meet with Inora's father, the god Pythor. There's a lot of things happening right now. Give me a second.
So good.
I'm trying my best. But sometimes my best is not good enough. After receiving the party, Pythor is relieved at the return of his daughter, who is returned to him safe and sound, and Pythor then thanks the heroes for their success. The party then tells the God King of the truce with the centaurs that could be made, while informing him of the danger to the city should Medea not be rescued before their sacrifice to Sidon. They appeal to Pythor's sense of duty to act against Sidon's best wishes, to against Sidon's wishes to prevent this, but the king is hesitant. After some persuasion, Pythor agrees to seize the seizure of lands in order to appease the centaurs into letting go of Medea. The party then begins to figure out a way to attempt to trick Sidon with another sacrifice in lieu of their friend. There's many plans that come to place, and they continuously try to think of a new, different way to trick the Titan god. Then, the party proceeded to convene in private, leaving me, the DM, in the dark about said private thoughts, because why would I get to know anything? Why should I know? This is... Of course. After a little bit of time, a feast is prepared for the party in thanks for the princess's return. However, the party is distinctly aware that they are on a time crunch and do not have a lot of time to spare. Vin, on the other hand, has disappeared from the party's sights, turning away when the God King first greeted them, and strolling and setting off into the city, observing its people and the going-ons, while the rest of the party convenes with Pythor, before he heads towards the pub. While traveling there, he notices a lonely vineyard tucked within the city, and approaches it, speaking to a man tilling the soil. The two bond, Vin and the gentleman tiller, and Vin is invited into the farmer's home after Vin asks for some sherry and wine, meeting the farmer's husband in the process. Vin learns that the husband was once a personal guard to the king, and leaving the king's side had been a necessity and necessary. With some keen observation skills, Vin notices that the home seems lonely and empty, where a presence which was once there is no longer. After a little bit of investigation, Vin offers to cook for the couple, who accepts. Meanwhile, the rest of the party convenes for the feast, with everyone except Honora feeling unwelcome. The party discusses what they should do regarding the sacrifice after the feast, while Medea contemplates the visions she had of Sidon's other forces besides the centaurs, as she stares up into the sky, still chained to the rock of Estor. The party discusses, in the meanwhile, using potential proxies in lieu of one of their own as sacrifice, while Alarin goes to speak with his goddess for insight to their plight, to no avail. As we move away from the group, we cut to Medea, still chained to the rock where basilisks and harpies circle around her, as she manages to free herself from one chain she was bound to. Time is running out for her to be free and the party to return, and she knows this as the basilisks and the harpies circle ever closer, closing in on their prey. With the time crunch in mind, the group makes preparations to return back to Medea, with Honora leading and lending whatever aid she can give. The party decides to meet with an agent of the Oracle in order to potentially grant some needed answers. And that is where we left off last time. Everyone do a hydrate?
I only have a milkshake. Is that okay?
Yes, as long as you drink
Yeah,
something.
okay.
That's
Go
all
for
that
it.
matters.
All
I'll
right.
be right back.
I'm going to wait for Lily to return. So, before
Nice.
I continue.
Do you want to hear something fun that I did yesterday while we're waiting?
Absolutely, I do.
I went to a card show and I sold 2 of my Pokemon cards. I made like
Ooh.
$500.
Nice.
Fuck
Solid.
yeah.
And I immediately spent like 100 of that on Pokemon cards because obviously.
Well,
Yeah, because you're there, right? Because you
We call
gotta.
that a return on investment.
Yeah.
So true.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
It was a fun time.
I would love to go to a card show, but I know for a fact that it doesn't exist where I am.
Actually, Ethan, I might have to send you some photos. My fiance found a literal 100 cards just thrown across the ground that are all Pokemon cards.
Dang.
Ooh,
And it was like raining, so he like picked them up and we got them like all dried and stuff like that. But I don't know shit enough to know if they're even like remotely profitable or anything. So I
Fair.
might need to send them to you so you can tell
Sure.
me.
Yeah, go ahead. Don't mind.
Alright,
Can I-
cool.
Can I put my 2 cents in on that real quick?
Yeah.
If he just picked them up off the ground, anything is profit.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, though, true, though.
So fair.
Yeah, you picked it up. It's free. It's
We
you made a net
literally
profit
found
there.
them outside of a bar, and we know that somebody got, like, probably plastered and lost all of their Pokemon.
I would have
Yeah,
cried.
that's wild.
I would have
Where I'm
cried.
from, we call that sucks to suck.
Yeah, he literally grabbed them all.
Wow.
Oh no, I went
That's
to
wild.
Physio last week and I saw a binder of Pokemon cards scattered across the road.
Oh, no.
Someone
With,
lost their
like, over-
50-50 on the
across
TCG app.
Across Gateway Boulevard.
No.
Dang. Yeah, someone lost their 50-50
Yeah.
on the
It's
TCG.
tragic.
Anyways,
Yeah.
let's play some D&D. We start back with Finn.
Fuck, I forget where we're at.
I know.
Okay.
Several long hours have passed since you have offered to cook. What is it that you are cooking for the couple?
I am so glad you asked. I am making, what is it called? 1-pan roasted chicken with a sherry vinegar sauce.
Sounds amazing.
It is. I haven't eaten it yet, but I really want to. But my
Okay.
wife doesn't like chicken thighs, so.
Fair enough. But this sharp scent of vinegar quickly fills this home with the rich smell of these chicken that is quickly roasting over the fire. You work diligently, focused. I hear some verbally thingies in the background of someone. I'm going to continue. Yep. Okay, I will not be continuing. We're going to We're going to actually start with the rest of the party. God, I want to play D&D. You stand outside the city, the castle gates towards the city. I'm letting you sort it out, so we're going to the rest of the party first, Vin. Just so you know.
Alright, sounds good.
The feast settled within your bellies, and a dreaded focus in mind. The five of you stand staring out into these streets, watching as people go past, and knowing that you have a time crunch. a significant time crunch. You are to find the Oracle. And I am pretty sure that was told that there's an Oracle near one of the gates. Correct me if I am wrong.
I'm pretty positive that was what
Sounds
was
right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sounds
I
right.
think the way it is like there's like the Oracle of Versailles and whatnot, but then there's like sub oracles in the cityscapes.
Yeah.
Cool. So, you start making your way to the Oracle that is, or the Demi-Oracle that is located upon, give me a second as I find it again. And just randomly smash open my DPI. To the direction that I totally have. What the frick? To the north. North. We're gonna decide on the north. You turn on your heels and begin marching quickly in the direction towards the northern gate. The Oracle, or at least the Oracle, the second Oracle, or the Oracle that lies underneath the Oracle of Versailles, resides close by to many temples and many who worship the gods. You walk with purpose, not shoving people out of the way, but merely striding, and the people naturally gravitate away from you, as if repelled by a magnet that is on your person. You duck and weave your way through the city, making record time as you stride towards this oracle. It's still busy. People are still waiting to be let inside. And you see many couriers and passerbys kind of queuing at the far end of the gate as you make your way through the streets. You can kind of see it in the distance, this long queue of people stretching outside of the city proper. What do you, who are not Vin, do right now in this moment? What are you thinking? What are you hoping to achieve?
So there's like, just to clarify, there's like a line of people waiting to go where we wanted to go.
Kind of, yeah. So they both want to be, like, there's a line of people being let in and out of the city, basically. There's the longer queue is outside of the city, but the queue to be let out is more of a check to see if the people who are intending to travel outside are equipped to handle what lies outside the gates.
But we're not headed outside of the gates. We're headed to an oracle that's supposed to be around here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make it sure.
Yep. Theater of the mind. I understand.
Right.
Woo.
So oracle's supposed to be around here somewhere, right? See, perhaps I just choose a random passerby. Excuse me. Taps on her shoulder.
Okay.
Like, you literally state that Toka's sitting there like everybody's taller than her. She's like, the fuck are you looking at me for? I don't fucking know this place.
the person you tap on the shoulder is this older woman with tan skin and graying hair. She has brown eyes, just kind of very average looking. She goes, "Yes."
Pardon me, don't mean to interrupt. Do you happen to know where an oracle is around here? Could you help point us in the right direction, maybe?
Which oracle are you looking for specifically? Are you looking for the northern oracle, the southern? There's one in all the.
Which one is closest to the position we're currently at right now?
That would be the northern one. You're going to want to go.
The northern one.
Okay. She kind of like grabs you by the shoulder and like points. So you're going to want to go down that street, hang a left,
Alright.
hang another, then hang a right, then hang another left. Okay?
Alright.
And then,
Gotcha.
when you hang your last direction.
Left.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just left.
Mm-hmm. You're going to see.
I need it to be canon that when Olerin lifts up his two fingers to go, wait, which one's left? He puts up the wrong one and Toka goes, no.
Yeah, it's like this one.
Like, it needs to yeah, literally. Just flips it like, no. Like, yeah, there you go.
So once you take your second lift, what you're going to see is it's not going to look like an extravagant temple like the Oracle of Versailles, but what you are going to see is it looks a little bit like a shrine, a little bit, and if you happen to follow the scent of the incense that is typically lit outside, you should find it no problem. But if you have trouble smelling things, because some people totally do, all you gotta do is look for the red velvet curtain that kind of blocks a little bit of the doorway, and you should be totally fine, dear.
Right, so left, right, left. Bit
Yes.
of a temple. Follow your nose. Velvet curtain. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. May the gods
Toka's eyes
bless you.
have gone different directions with all of the directions that just got slammed onto us.
And she gives you
God, she's
she
got
gives you a
bangs.
little pat on the cheek, and then strides away.
I give her a nod of thanks, say our appreciation, and then head that way. Fast walking.
Fast walking. As that is happening, Finn, now that we are back in the saddle.
Again.
Strong scent of vinegar.
Yes.
Nice scent of roasted chicken over a fire.
Sound good to me.
Why don't you actually describe what this dish both looks and smells like for me?
Excuse me. Okay, so I don't know. So it's a very simple recipe of just roasted chicken in a sauce. It's kind of so it has things like shallots and obviously like red sherry vinegar and red sherry as well. And it smells amazing. It smells of both chicken and rosemary, as if you can imagine one of those little steam like fingers just come out of the window to beckon to the older gentleman that was still in the, because I can't remember the names.
I will happily remind you. Theracles,
yeah, that
Theracles,
was the one
that was the one that you first were introduced to.
Did I get both the names?
Yes.
Sounded so confident.
Why the fuck would you give him a husband and not give me his name? You bitch. The answer is no. You did not get his husband's name because there was no name.
Wonderful.
Don't.
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 You know exactly what I'm thinking.
Don't.
You know that the next thing I'm thinking about doing is asking for a name? So yeah. And I think we kind of just hunker down and enjoy a lovely meal.
Okay. This meal is not met with chatter or discussion. It is enjoyed simply in silence, beyond the clinking of utensils and glass. There's not much needed to say, really. Hercules' husband does not seem too interested in speaking. He seems the quieter of the two. And as the sun fades slowly over the hills, the position changing in the windows, elongating the sunlight that dapples the very essence of the home. What do you do?
Are we still eating, or is eating kind of
The eating has kind of ebbed a little bit. The plates are clean, and the last little bit of liquid in the glasses is starting to go.
Well, I do appreciate the opportunity for me to cook for you and your family. While I'm out and about, is there anything I can do for you?
Oh, we don't. You see that Hercules kind of shares a glance with his husband. We don't wish to simply burden you with anything. We just simply appreciate the company.
Can I level with the two of you?
Sure. And he shares another glance with his husband.
You two have been nothing but kind and courteous to me since the minute I had helped you, or since the minute I had walked up to you, and I do appreciate the opportunity. At the risk of sounding too forward, what happened to the girl in the pictures?
You see that both of their expressions kind of shudder a little bit, closing themselves off from you. And it's not Hercules who speaks, it's actually his husband. He speaks a single word. Stolen. And before you can speak again, Hercules finally speaks up after his husband. Stolen. Disappeared into the old wood about a week ago. Hasn't returned home, and we've been unable to track her. But yes.
I'm having a hard time finding out where the old wood is. Gotcha. Okay, so you don't know.
No, I know. I know. It's just I need to do a map refresh. You see, if you look at the Heartlands, okay, the map of the Heartlands. You see the map of the Heartlands?
Yep.
Mossy Temple
I'm
area.
even looking right at Astoria.
Okay, cool. Mossy Temple area. That's kind of like where the old woods are.
Oh.
I can also just cross-reference here. I'm so sorry, everyone. I gotta do the thing. I gotta do the thing where DMs do, where they don't know a module and have to look up shit.
No worries. Do it up.
Is there a map? There's no map. Why the fuck is there no map? Fuck you. Yeah. Yeah. No such thing.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so, Mossy Temple area, Oldwood.
Gotcha.
Actually, I have a better little map for you. If you are to observe the map of Thalia really quick.
Map of Thalia.
Yeah.
Oh, just the entire map.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. The old
Oldwood.
ones.
Right up there, yeah. Yeah.
I was just looking at the map of the Heartland. I apologize. I forgot to do that thing called scrolling up.
It happens to the best of us. Don't worry. I forgot to do it too. Just kidding, everyone. There was a map. Ooh.
Is that, I gotta ask, is that any good?
This?
Yeah, or is it just like Bud Light where it's just like, eh?
I think it's better than Bud Light. Modelo is my go-to for not spending a lot of money and having not water beer.
Gotcha.
Bud
okay.
Light's just like water to me.
I feel that. Anyway, can I take another look at this picture? I don't happen to recognize this young lady, do I?
Make history check.
History?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you mean her story?
Sometimes.
Two.
Unfortunately, her face is similar to many others that you have seen. It's not super. There's nothing that really stands out about her. Mousy brown hair, brown eyes like her father, slightly more tan skin, curls, things like that. Kind of thin, kind of willowy. Nothing super distinct.
So, I'm about to do something that may be a little stupid.
We like stupid here. Go on.
Daddy likey dummy.
Daddy likey dummy.
So, in order to kind of, just in case that we ever do cross paths,
Mm-hmm.
in order to kind of commit this person to memory,
Mm-hmm.
Vin's form is slowly just gonna shape into the form of this young lady.
Okay.
This is what a 2 gets me. Listen,
Yeah. Do it up.
we're like
Yep,
we're living it.
Yep.
I wanted to just commit this young lady to memory, but I know it's just gonna traumatize them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that happens.
The warm scent of a well-cooked meal becomes sour immediately
Oh, wonderful.
as you commit the young girl's shape, her image to memory, your form changing and morphing to resemble her. And then you really remember that you have an audience.
Yeah.
And you slowly
I am so
turn
sorry.
around to face Hercules and his husband.
I am
And
sorry,
you see...
Kat, you're gonna have to go through this.
We live it. You see their face completely aghast, horrified, shocked, and almost desperate at the sight of their daughter again, even though they know that it's you.
Okay, so I don't have to explain to them that this is just something I can do.
They've seen changelings before.
Okay, wonderful, great.
Changelings are not as rare as you think they are here.
Okay, that directly contradicts what you told me when the Oracle was giving her thing.
My memory is that of a goldfish, and also it's been like 12 months.
That's fair and valid. Okay, so now I realize I have an audience. And Vin will just go... I realize I don't know what she sounds like, so... Just in the normal women's voice. And I'm not going to try to do it because I don't really feel like it. I'm just going to say to them, I am sorry. Just like, guys, listen. I am sorry. This is just to help me remember what she looks like. So that if I ever do come across her in my travels, I can make sure that she knows that she's able to come home at any point. And I slowly shift back to my more comfortable form.
They are tightly holding each other's hands. And you see that Hercules' husband just slowly closes his eyes and takes a deep breath before opening them again, regarding you warily. Which was a distinct change from how it was before. Apologies, I'm getting DMs. Who's talking to me? Don't. Just kidding, it's Mar. I see. Thank you. Changeling.
Of course. Of course. Suffice it to say, this isn't something I do very often and in front of very many people. Could we not discuss this to anyone?
You see that they the two share a glance, a silent communication with one another before Hercules' husband turns. You have our word.
Great. Now, if you'll excuse me, I feel I have overstayed my welcome. Again, it was a pleasure to be here and a pleasure to cook for you.
Thank you for the meal. Yes. Thank you for the meal. Safe travels. Son.
And I turn to turn to walk out.
While that's happening, the rest of the party finds the oracle, I assume. If everyone wants to make a survival check, just in case for funsies.
Oh, my favorite.
Everyone loves survival checks. We're all so good at them here, at this table.
Listen,
I say,
I am
looking at
actually very
Ethan.
good at them.
It's my survival. That's a good question. Oh, I'm gonna get a lost immediately. Watch this shit. Ready? All right. I was correct. That is an unnatural 1. I rolled a 2.
I got a
I
dirty
have a
20.
-1.
I may be the leader of this group now. I got an unnatural 20.
Okay, alright.
Lauren got a 17.
Hey! He rolled above a 10!
Yes. The dice weren't mean this time.
They were not mean to you!
Yet.
Yet. You all find, except for Osiris, you all relatively find the, little, mini temple, mini shrine, the shrine, to the secondary, or the second oracle. Easily enough, actually. Thankfully, the woman's directions were quite clear, except for the fact that the incense, she didn't note that there was multiple pieces of incense being lit at the same time. So it was there was a lot of different smells, and Osiris very quickly started following the wrong one, the dragon's blood one, in compared to the one of cloves and of sage. With a gentle guidance, though, from someone in the party, you guys may choose who does that, he is put back on the path of good fortune towards the oracle, and you all stand in front of this mini shrine, the velvet curtain laying in a swoop over the door. What do you do?
Toka's just gonna look at Aller and like,
I guess we just go inside, right?
we don't really have much time to just sit around and think of that, so I
Right.
just go in.
Let's do it.
You all walk swiftly inside, Neri bringing up the rear as you do so. Inside is simple, overlain with velvet curtains that seem to block out a lot of the light, swirling incense that drifts towards the ceiling and out the door, kind of surrounding you elegantly before carrying off. In the center is this, what appears to be this bowl of crystal with clear, still water in the center. There are rugs and carpets laying and strewn underneath, and it's on a small little pedestal with a few staircases leading up towards it. It so far doesn't look like anybody is there.
Hello? Is there an oracle around here? You're hoping to get some guidance?
Then you have come to the right place. And you hear this voice directly in your ear, as if, like, behind you, basically.
That is fun. That is very fun.
Hello. How may I assist you?
Hi.
And you see this very elegant elven woman with long blonde hair that reaches all the way down to the floor and it kind of sweeps out from underneath her in a pure white dress and these startling bright blue eyes that seem to almost glow. How may I assist you?
Hello there. I'm Lauren. These are my friends. Great people. We're in a bit of a time crunch, so I'm going to speak quickly. I apologize about that. Basically, we want the answer to how can we stop Sidon's wrath from falling upon the lands without sacrificing someone? Because, I think mortal life is precious and I'd rather not kill somebody. Especially since our friend is currently tied up there. I'm sorry, I know I said we were crunched for time and now I'm just talking. Yeah, how can we stop Sidon's wrath from coming upon the land without sacrificing someone? And if that's impossible, if we have to sacrifice somebody, what is the, I guess, most morally correct answer?
I got distracted by Jarlaxle.
Okay.
Little boy.
The Oracle's cat just suddenly appears.
I see. Do you happen to have a golden fleece on hand?
Not on hand, no. We did hear tales about it. Would having one be helpful for? Do we need to pay you in a golden fleece or something?
Perhaps. Sidon's children do indeed enjoy their sheep. Having an offering of something equal perhaps would appease the Titan Lord. But
Great.
finding one is difficult. One hasn't been seen
Right.
in many years.
Right. But that is an answer. And I think we might have a lead as to where a golden fleece could be.
I hope so. You said you had a time crunch, yes?
We do, yes. We're in a great bit of fun. We need to find Vin.
Quite
I
crunchy.
think.
Yes.
Very crunchy.
Anything else we wish to ask the lovely Oracle here, friends?
I don't really have anything that's for everybody to hear, so no.
Fortunately, if you are on a time crunch, I do not think the Golden Fleece will be able to help you, actually. How much of a time crunch are we speaking of here? How long do you have?
Are we sitting on 2 days? I'm trying to remember how many hours we have been.
I don't remember.
It's not a lot, I don't think.
I don't
No,
remember.
I know it's not, but I know we.
Definitely not a lot.
You have a week of time.
Oh,
It
wait.
took 3 days to travel to the city.
Leaves us 4 days to try and get a golden fleece.
It leaves you 4 days to either get a Golden Fleece
Plenty
and
of
get
time.
back in time.
Yeah.
You're
It takes 3 days to get there.
And it takes 3 days if you don't sleep to get there. And you are
Like, we gotta go now.
I gotta go.
you are cresting upon dawn of the 72 hours remain kind of thing.
One final question for your very wise self. Where is our friend Vin?
Your friend Vin finds himself at a vineyard not far from here.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. We'll find the nearest vineyard and shout his name.
Of course. I'm sorry. I don't think I was much help, but
You were incredible help. Do you have is there a payment plan? Do you accept credit card? I've got 10 silver. Do you take silver?
I will reach into my breastplate and pull out 5 gold coins.
5 gold coins is plenty to pay for my services.
We appreciate your help.
Best of luck.
Thank you. Osiris, you're a gentleman. Let's go.
You quickly stride out of the little shrine no one asked whereabouts the vineyard is?
Nope.
Pray for the best.
Everybody.
We find the nearest vineyard and we yell Vin's name. that's what a
We are
Lauren
going
is
on
doing.
a wild goose chase. Just ask for directions.
There's a lot of people around that you can ask questions to.
Find a random one.
Okay. This is a...
You there.
You there. This one, the individual that you happen to stop is this halfling with bright, like, almost white hair and, like, these green eyes and pale-ish skin. Very clear that they are not from the area. But you do stop them anyways. Yes?
Excuse me. We're searching for a vineyard that was supposed to be nearby. Do you might happen to know where that is?
Oh, is there a particular kind of vineyard that you're looking for? There's a few nearby.
The closest one, I think. We were not told much. We're looking for a friend who, in my honest opinion, might be drunk. I don't know.
Oh, if you're looking for a friend who's probably drunk, they're probably going to be at the bar. But if you are truly looking for a vineyard, all you gotta do. This is what I know from my traveling troupe. There's a very good vineyard to the northeast of us a little bit, in that direction over there. It's like a straight shot from the gate. If you really put your mind to it, it's like a straight shot. But because we're kind of, not quite at the gate yet, you probably are going to want to hang a right, a left, and a right, find yourself back at the gate, and then straight shot. It's kind of out of the city, a little out of the way, but it's there. You shouldn't miss it. It's a very quiet and quaint little thing, but it's lovely. It has really good cherry.
Ah, perfect. I appreciate the help.
Of course. I'm glad to be able to assist you. May the gods bless you.
You as well.
And he gives a little tiny thumbs up.
Follow the direction. Pray for the best. Okay, so a right, a left, and a right. Out the city.
Mm-hmm.
I will state the entire time that we're walking, Toka is just like talking to herself, and it seems a little weird unless like you know what she's saying, but she's literally trying to create plans in her head of like how to do this, how to get out of it, like those kinds of things. But she's just like muttering like crazily to herself. Doing like little hand motions and everything.
That's where we're
So, like a little peek behind the scenes. I have people telling me that I need to like meet them halfway on this, and I'm like, no.
Thank you. You set off in the direction towards the vineyard. The sun is slowly starting to creep over the horizon. Sunset has come over the city, and the day is slowly becoming night, melting away your time even further. You, the five of you, make your way towards the vineyard as indicated. Meanwhile, Vin, you begin to slip away. Where are you going, Vin?
I thought the plan was like to the bar, but honestly, I think at this point I'd be walking toward the gate.
Walking towards the gate.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect.
There's your meeting you halfway, literally.
You know, for funsies,
God damn it.
Funsies, let's do this.
make
Come
a
on, what you
perception
got?
check, everybody.
Perception check?
Perception
Do
check.
not
See if you
fail
see
me
each
now.
other.
Do not see me now.
Then you make it with
Don't fail
advantage
either.
because big ass lion
Because
boy.
I'm the one that. Yeah.
Perception.
So the second one was a natural one. The first one was a 14.
Okay, well.
That is a 13 from me.
Mm-hmm.
Toka's deep in plan making. Only got a 5.
Yeah, I got an 8.
That's
At
okay.
least 2.
10 was the threshold, so. Finn and Osiris. You guys are kind of passing by each other when you catch each other's eye. And it takes you a second to really, like, realize that you're passing by each other. But after that second, you're like, oh, wait a second. And the rest of the party trails after.
There you are.
Can I amend what you said and say that I still try to just keep walking?
Oh, yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Okay, great.
Just kidding. Finn keeps walking. He doesn't acknowledge you.
What? Bitch, get back here. Vin.
Then turns around and just goes, yeah.
We may have a way to go through with this, and it might involve stealing a sheep.
We need to get the golden fleece.
Yes.
What, okay, we need to get the golden fleece. It's at this point you kind of see just a look of just despondence over Ben, and he's just like, fine.
You're right. Where have you been?
Just sharing a meal with a really nice couple.
That sounds nice.
What happened?
I may have well, no, because I really didn't promise anything. So I was about to say I bit off more than I could chew, but they're just a little lost. And I hope in some way that I've given them a sense that they'll be able to find their family again. Glasses, because I can't fucking see.
If there's anything we can do to help you, preferably on the way to get the golden fleece, because we don't want our friend to die, we definitely will.
Honestly, what I assured them would be more of a passive thing than an active thing. So. Alright, well, let's go. Wait. Hold on. Get the golden fleece?
Right.
Yep.
Apparently,
Does
that
anyone
may be
remember? Does anyone remember where the golden fleece is?
be fully honest with you, I was really like crossing my fingers hoping that you did.
Oh my freaking god.
The Golden Fleece is on the way to the necropolis, which is in the exact opposite way of where we need to go. So essentially, we're adding more time onto an already shrinking time clock that already we would barely just be able to make.
Yes.
So I'm sorry, the Golden Fleece is out of the question.
Yeah.
As Joker's just in the middle of like she's like pacing back and forth in like, as we're just standing here, just constantly saying words, she just suddenly goes, "Could we dye a shape?"
I'm sorry?
There are berries. You can make a dye.
You can make a sheep look like the golden sheep and offer that as a sacrifice.
So, I hate to
Pissed
be
off,
negative
but-
Nancy here. There's absolutely 0 berries that exist in the world in which we could dye a sheep gold.
There's a golden berries lying around.
I can go yellow, you know?
Listen.
She just goes right back into like trying to plan.
If Minecraft has taught me anything, we need cornflowers for yellow dye.
If what?
Sorry,
Minecraft
What are you
has
doing in the
taught me-
mines?
No, I don't know what that was. I just said words. Apologies. Forget that.
At least it's not nighttime, right?
Looks at the sun slowly going down. About that.
No, dyeing it would be essentially impossible as well.
What if I just minor illusioned a sheep to look gold? Neri speaks up suddenly.
Cat, I love you so much because I literally
Right.
just opened up my spells list and saw minor illusion and was just about to fucking DM you. I love that.
That could work, right?
We don't have time to get the real thing, so, the best case scenario is trick them. Like we did the first time when we went to go visit rescue the princess.
Right. Okay, so we get a sheep. We magic it gold.
Yeah.
We offer that as sacrifice to Sidon.
Yeah, and then we run like hell, I think,
And then
because
we run like hell.
I think he'll be very mad at
So
us.
your plan is to. I'm sorry. What happened to the world where it seems like I'm the only one that's thinking rationally right now?
I don't know,
Do you
man.
have a better idea?
Do you
I
have
just
a rational
died!
plan?
To be fair, it shouldn't be on me to make a plan because I don't know what we were trying to do. In case you haven't noticed, you were all furthering the plot, as it will. Meanwhile, I'm sat here trying to come up with a plan on the spot, and the only thing I can think of is, fuck it, I'll take her place.
But that's just gonna put us right back in the same position.
Oh, no. The difference is they follow through with killing me.
No, we don't want you to die, Finn.
What was the agreement again? Somebody remind me. Because from what I remember, the agreement was in exchange for giving the centaurs their land and, a space that's not bothered by anyone, or at least the kingdom, that they would release whoever was tied to the rock instead of being a sacrifice.
The agreement was with the centaurs, and the centaurs, now that we have made that agreement with the king, aren't going to be getting in our way and fighting us with their big army to keep us from getting back to Media, or it was the princess. But Sidon's original deal is that there needs to be a sacrifice, specifically one on equal value with the princess, like one of us, or he is going to just wrath upon the kingdom. So we got the centaurs out of the way with our deal with saving the princess and convincing the king. But now we still have to come up with a valuable enough sacrifice so that Sidon doesn't just wrath all over the kingdom.
I've thought about it. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Pause. Because I just thought about what you said. He's gonna what all over the kingdom?
He's gonna wrath all over the kingdom.
That is...
Fire, brimstone, God stuff.
Okay,
Yeah,
wonderful.
Exactly.
Well, if we try to trick him anyway, he's gonna wrath all over the kingdom too.
Unless we successfully trick him.
How do you pull one over on a god is what you need to figure out.
Hydroillusion question.
Are you good?
I'm great.
Okay, wonderful. So, how much we need to? Okay, maybe we do dye the sheep. Hold on. Can I make some sort of intelligence check or something like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I'm gonna hope that it doesn't.
Did I possibly
Yeah.
provide the help action? Not by being at all intelligent or knowing anything about dyes, but just seeing that he's thinking. I'll give him a nice little temple massage, to help him out.
No guidance or nothing. He's just gonna help.
Right? Yeah. The cleric thinks absolutely not.
Yes,
So
you can absolutely have it with that.
thank God, because we were looking at a natural one, and that would end it horribly. But 19. Would you say that I'm able to glean information that I wish to glean?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay.
It's,
Wonderful.
You kind of feel like that is probably the best case scenario that you could do. Other than, of course, offer one of your own again, but that just puts everybody back in the same spot as you were. But dyeing the sheep does seem the most profitable of scenarios. Convincing a god might be difficult, but it has been done before. You merely need to deceive them well enough.
Okay. Give me. So, thinking about it, I haven't seen it in a while. But there is a spice which is very gold. How to turn it into a plasterable dye is a different question entirely. But if we can locate this spice, I imagine it might be a tad bit easier.
Okay, there we go. Do you think locating this spice is something we could do on the way as we travel? Or do we have to, like, find it in the city and buy it?
So, it's possible that I would. God. I think it would be possible. It depends. Hey, Cat, question for the DM is just like a world building exercise.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe that there would be turmeric anywhere along the way?
You know what? I'd say
You sound like you were
Follow-up
about
question.
to. You sound like you were about to say, you know what? Fuck it.
Well, I am about to say fuck it, but just in that more words. Only on the side of Astoria, in terms of trade route, will you find turmeric. Turmeric is typically found upon the west coast of Thalia and is imported to Astoria. There you go.
Question.
Okay, follow up.
Is there a dye shop in Astoria? Should we just purchase golden or yellow dye?
That was not going to be my follow up question. I was going to make it so much more complicated for us.
Ethan, high or low, yes or no?
Okay, this is great. 'Cause
Choose
I'm
wisely.
notoriously lucky about
You're so
die
lucky.
rolls. Let's go high yes.
Oh, yes. Along your travels, striding through the city in search of any sort of spice shop or anything that could possibly help you and aid you within tricking the gods, something catches your eye, Alarin. Out of the corner, and you briefly glance over your shoulder to see wool and dye.
It's like grabbing Osiris and shaking him. Look over there.
What?
A dye store. We could just look at wool and dye.
Okay.
Wool
okay.
and dye.
Okay. Okay.
Wouldn't you know it?
Wool
Those
and
are the
dye.
two ingredients that we need.
Two things we need: wool and dye.
Okay. Okay.
Lauren goes running towards the store. Having only said wool and dye 5 times, he's running toward the store.
Hey. By the gods, I'm just gonna follow him.
He sprints into the shop, basically bursting through the door. The bell jangles delicately overhead as the door swings open, slams shut, and then swings open again as the rest of the party follows suit.
Gently open it the second time.
I don't rush in there, to be fair.
Oh, I know! Only he does. Everyone else
Okay.
follows slowly.
And die.
Can you just be normal for 5 minutes?
I genuinely feel like Osiris, Vin, and Toka all had a moment of like,
God, forgive him.
okay. Just like gently walked.
I swear this is like what it is. Feels like what it's like to have kids.
You should have seen him when he was younger. He
Was
was
he
a lot
worse?
worse. A
Oh
lot
god.
worse.
Inside the shop is jars and woven baskets full of processed dye, cerulean, vibrant green, mustard yellow, and then some amaranth purple. Any color that you could think of now present in your mind. And you see this little tiny desk of sorts with what appears to be some sort of till or place to keep coin. And as you burst in and are quickly followed by the rest of your party, you see a older gentleman, human, step out slowly, slightly hobbling with a crooked crane crutch. He looks to be about middle-aged, thereabouts, with black hair and light gray eyes and a wise face. Yes, how can I help you?
Hello there. My name is Alharin. Behind me are my wonderful, more self-controlled friends. I was wondering, and Lauren walk up and maybe lean on if there's a counter. He'll lean on the counter, just be like, "Do you have wool?"
Sorry, it's the space bombing.
I have some, yes, but most of it has been spun
Great.
to fabric.
Spun to fabric. Ooh. If we needed to purchase off of your incredibly skilled and well-run shop, fresh off the sheep kind of wool, would you happen to have a fleece of it?
Yes.
Thank the gods. And he'll turn and gesture to the shop with all of the dyes. If we were looking for gold, what would be your suggestion of dye for that?
Well, and he hobbles close to this wall, and you can, as he hobbles close, you can actually see that all of the colors that you can see in the shop are organized by color: reds, yellows, oranges, greens, blues. And he goes to this wall of yellow, and you see about 7 to 8 different shades of yellow. And and they're all organized from lightest to darkest. And he kind of points to about the middle right one.
Perfect. Yes. And in your professional opinion, how much dye do you think it would take to paint a fleece of wool? To dye a fleece of wool.
Probably, I'd say a solid 2 or 3 pouches, if you really want to get a
Great.
solid dye of this fleece. Now,
And we
I
do.
hope you happen to have a large pot, or several.
Turns slowly and looks at Vin. Do we have a large pot or several?
For what?
I think for dyeing the wool.
So you.
I'm talking like a proper cooking pot, like one of those really tall boys.
Really tall.
Hold on a second.
I guess he's going to get
I,
you.
I have one of those too. So.
We're playing 4D Dungeons and Dragons.
40 Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
Will not take my pot from me.
You see that he clutches his pot,
I can't hear
almost
you.
offendedly, pressing it closer to his body as if protecting it.
No, I only have the one. So, what kind of damage does this do to a pot?
It depends on the type of pot.
Okay, wonderful. How badly do you all want to eat?
Well, we could buy another pot. We could buy a second pot. Now I know, in front of your sword said wool and dye. But I'm far less confident as I ask this question. Do you have pot?
Toka's
pot.
ears just
Do you have
shoot up when he goes, "Do you have pot?"
A pot.
okay?
A pot. A
Like,
pot.
Or
Toka's
several
ears just
pot?
Toka's ears just go straight up, goes to like look around, and then realize that's not what he meant, and her ears go back down. She needs more for her fucking thing.
So long as you're able to replace the pot, we can use the pot. It's just I'm not about to replace it.
I just bought it.
Right. That's fair. So fair.
I just bought it last week. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
That should be a sufficiently sized pot for this endeavor. You will need a secondary pot, though.
Need a secondary pot. Right. We can get one of those, I'm sure.
It
You don't
doesn't
have
need
one
to
that
be
we could
nearly
perhaps
as
purchase
big.
from you?
No. I am woolen dye. I'm a woolen dye shop, not a pot shop.
That is what it said on the front door. Yeah, no, that's fair. I just, you can never be too sure.
How much would it cost?
To
Dye the wool and buy it.
Well, simply I charge several silver depending on the weight of the dye that is purchased. As this is all powdered dye. So if you are to buy several pouches of wool, that would be price dependent. And then additionally, we charge, the fleece is also different in terms of weight, so we charge via the weight of that as well, depending on the size of the wool that you are looking for. Well, the size of the fleece that you are looking for. It would cost you anywhere between, say, 5 to, for the wool fleece alone, about 5 to 15 to 20, even 20 silver pieces, even gold pieces, depending on the quality. And then for the dye alone, it is 5 silver per pound. So if you are to get 3 pouches full of dye, then it would be somewhere between that.
I've got one more question for you. You've been so kind and helpful for us so far, and we greatly appreciate that. A voice from beyond, perhaps my goddess, is having me request, does this dye, the one that you've pointed out for the best for gold color, contain any trace of metal or metallic
No,
objects?
these are all formed naturally from plants and other substances. Metal is difficult to come by, and it is difficult to grind to a dye that stains properly.
Perfectly understandable. All right. Yeah, no, I think we're gonna want the fleece and the gold dye. Unless I think Osiris perhaps asked if you could just dye the fleece for us, being an expert and all. What it might charge, like paying much more than you said.
That will take a few days of time. But I am happy to provide my services if you so wish.
I think we have a couple of days.
No, we do not.
Well, we have a week, and it's 3 days to
No,
get back.
we do not.
No, you have 4 days. You
We
have 4 days.
4 days.
Oh, I apologize. I thought I heard it said that we had a week.
No,
so
week
we
total?
started with a week. Yeah,
Gotcha.
3 days to travel,
Ooh.
3
So we
days
don't
to
have
travel
a couple
back.
of days.
3 days
Yeah.
back. Yeah, so we literally only have the day.
Yeah.
Sweet. Thank you for the
wouldn't happen
clarification.
to have pre-dyed fleece, would you?
Yes,
covered.
I would happen to have a few, but it is probably not the size of what you are looking for. It is simply that of which can be turned to yarn. And he kind of hobbles to the side and to where the desk was and like bends down and opens up a few baskets and pulls out like, I don't have a good size comparison. Fuck it, bag of chips. About this big size of wool fleece that has been dyed.
Question to DM.
Answer to player.
For the amount of dye and the amount of fleece we need, how much roughly would that cost to make up a full sheet?
To make out a full sheet of fleece, the fleece alone is going to run you about, I want to say 10 gold, just to make a sheep-sized fleece, and then to dye it because wool tends to be quite thick. It does run higher than that, so I'd say probably tack on another 10 to 15 gold on top of that.
And it would take a couple days.
And it would take a couple days if he was to dye it himself. Now, you could technically super concentrate the dye water, but that's up to you guys.
It'd be better just dye it on the way than have him do it.
Tie the pot lid closed, yeah. Okay, so for the materials itself, it's going to be what, 15-ish gold is what you were saying,
Yeah, thereabouts.
or thereabouts. All right, who has a spare 2 gold?
I don't have gold, but I have precious jewels that are worth a lot of gold that I have not turned into gold.
Hang on.
If only he still had that 5 gold, eh?
Hey, that's crazy.
That's
I
crazy.
have 8 gold. I just had to check my sheet. I do have 8 gold that I can go ahead and.
I just need 2.
Yeah, I'll hand you the 2 then.
Okay, I will hand the shopkeeper 15 gold.
He takes it and gives you the materials, which is 3 bags of dye. Yellow dye, it's dandelion yellow dye. And each bag weighs about 5 pounds, thereabouts. And then the full fleece of wool, that is about the size of a sheep. That one also weighs about 10 pounds, thereabouts, because that is typically what the average sheep wool does weigh.
Okay. Alright. How heavy is the pot?
I don't know, ask Vin.
Vin, how heavy is the pot? You're muted.
So like, somewhere between 1 and 72 pounds.
Depending.
Okay, hang on. I got a math real quick.
As he
we got
maths.
3 bags.
5 pounds
Yep.
each.
5 pounds each.
10 pounds of fleece.
And then let's say the max capacity for the pot is 70 pounds.
Yeah. Just add water.
Is that with the water in it?
Could be. Might
Yeah,
not
yeah,
be.
water's fucking heavy, man.
Water is fucking heavy, man.
So, if I was to carry it, I would still not be uncovered. Because my carrying capacity is
Let's go.
255. And
Let's
I
go.
would only have the total weight on me of 230 pounds.
Nice.
So we'll just die on the way. And then we leave, like, checks invisible watch. Now. Right now, after we fill this
Leave
pot of
in.
water.
Fucking now.
Now. Stuff everything into the pot. Fill it with water and the dye. And then we're gonna tie the pot closed. And then tie it to Osiris.
Yes.
Oh my god, can we tie it like the baby wraps? Like, you know how you, like, when you wrap the baby, like, to
Yeah.
your chest or to your back? Can this happen?
Okay, so
like,
now the pot
I'll
is at the
allow it.
papoose. Like,
like, legitimately, like a family passes this, goes, oh,
Oh, what a cute baby! It's just a pot. It's just a pot of water.
Pure.
Do we have enough rope for this? Possibly.
Probably.
I have 50 feet of rope.
I was about to say, I have a 50 feet as well.
We are going to. This is what we're doing.
Yeah, stay strapped at all times.
Stay strapped at all
Yeah,
times.
literally.
Um,
So, okay.
yeah. You super concentrate the dye by dumping all of it in the pot of water and stick the fleece in and then tie it to Osiris, baby style. As the sun finally falls overhead, leaving the stars beginning to twinkle. The last rays of sunlight fading as night slowly starts to consume it all. The lights of the city are lit, warm and vibrant, lighting pathways all the way from the gates to the city center and beyond. Your time is running short.
Time to leave.
Where did you leave your goats?
in a very accessible place.
Yeah, somewhere really
Did
easy
you leave
for
them
us
at
and
the
only us to
castle?
get to.
Did you leave them at the castle?
Sure.
I'm not saying
Like,
we
you left them
didn't leave them at the castle.
Gathering.
Regardless, you meet with Princess Honora at the gates. She had enough forethought to grab each of the goats for you. Otherwise, you would not make your journey in time and save your friend. As the lights of the city shines upon her armor, brilliant and resplendent, she stands proudly and almost in an irritable way, as if impatient, as you all approach once more.
Wonderful. You've made your plans then? Yes?
Yes, I believe we have.
Good. Discussion. I have been gathering supplies, and these, as she gestures to like these covered, like wrapped bundles of circular like discs that are, she gestures to them, and like they're shields polished to a mirror shine. So those should hopefully help. Are you all prepared?
I think we are, and I think we have to be. And
As
thank
rested
you
as we
so
can
much
be.
for these.
You don't have much of a choice, but we're gonna try. We have a plan, at least. I hope it works.
Plan is good.
We will fill you in while we're on the road. We probably shouldn't be standing around much longer, yeah?
Yes, should
It is time to
probably
leave.
get moving.
Okay. And you kind of pile onto your respective goats, them slowly bleeding in realization of another journey. And as you begin to exit the city proper, I need everyone to make a quick perception check for me.
It's near me, so I know what weight is.
Mm-hmm.
19.
Nice.
22.
22.
13.
Nice.
7.
Okay. Finn? What'd you roll?
16.
16. Thankfully, the DC was 5. As you all begin to leave the city, you hear the chimes of the temple bells begin to ring, marking the top of the hour. They ring out over the city. Once, twice, 3 times. A brilliant chime of a sound that kind of echoes across the valleys. And almost as if it is sending you well wishes upon your way and on your journey. And so starts the final 3 nights and final 3 days before the sacrifice. And with that, we're not going to end, but we are going to take a quick break. So, with all that said and done, I need everyone to agree to come back in about 10 minutes.
I do not.
Then,
No,
fuck you.
Then perish.
Then perish, bitch. No,
If you don't come back in 10 minutes, you can hammer the chair.
yeah. So we're going to use this time to stretch, as Chad has redeemed it. So we're going to stretch, make sure we hydrate, grab a snack. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Go for a little walk, not for long. You got 10 minutes. Walk around your house. But with that, we will be back. I hope to see you guys soon. See you soon. And we're back.
Let's
Welcome
get
back.
at her.
Yeah. Welcome back, everybody. We are back from our break. We have chips. We have a cat. We have drinks. Let's continue our D&D. It's been about a half an hour since you left the city of Astoria. Astride your goats, led by... Who's taking the lead here? Great. Great.
All right. Who's
Do it. You know
Alert.
what? Honora might as well.
Alright.
This is near her city. She does know her way around this part.
Okay. You feel the exhaustion pulling down on each of you. The events from last night and a full day after the meeting with the king, his reluctant agreement, finding and coming up with hopefully a plan in order to trick the very gods themselves into freeing your friend. You feel tired. And you continue your march towards Medea. What are you guys doing?
Well, unless something has changed, Alarin and Osiris are on the same goat.
Yeah.
So, Alarin will offer to take the driver's seat, and he'll tell Osiris, "You can go ahead and get some rest while I drive for a bit. And just let me know when you're fully well rested and ready to take on the world, and we can switch off."
I think I will have to take you up on that offer. I am sore.
Understandable.
I could still feel the bruising of being hit with magic.
Right. Yeah, no. I got caught up in all the excitement in the city and forgot how beat up we all are.
This is gonna be a long trip, but a necessary one.
Very true. I think I'll pray to my goddess for guidance and safety as we go.
Make a religion check.
Sorry. Right ahead. My apologies.
No. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I'll let y'all do your thing, and then I'll do my thing. It's fine.
10.
Okay. For the first time in about 3 or 4 days, you do feel the presence of your goddess. A gentle caress down the crown of your head. Cool. Indifferent. Yet still surprisingly gentle. Perhaps she heard you. Perhaps she
Great.
will offer safe travels and passage to go save your friend.
I bet she will.
Just love that. Toka, because Medea was like on the back of my goat originally, with her not being here, Toka's like full blown stretched out on the back of the goat because she's small enough, and she's just kind of like looking up at the stars as they're walking. Like she's moved her bangs off to the side and just kind of like looking up at them. Every so often, kind of looking in the direction of where everyone else is, kind of being like, in her own way, going through her own mindset of, should I still be angry? Well, yes, I have every right to be, but do I really? like she's going through like a lot of contemplations while she's looking up at the stars, kind of like old times and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, actually though, that is completely correct. It is very funny that the two smallest people were on the same goat.
I think the two tallest are on the same goat too. If
Yeah,
that's
the two
Charlie
tallest
is
are on the
right.
same goat.
Yeah, you guys are.
We got like the super beefy goat.
Chonkmas.
Our goat is bored.
Thick.
Our goat is now dubbed Big Chungus.
Talls and smalls.
Talls and smalls. Okay. What is Honora doing?
She is desperately tired,
Mm-hmm.
but she's filled with like a grim determination. Like, no, this.
Gotcha.
If I can have like safety for my city and help these heroes, maybe we'll see.
Heroes with a question mark.
But at the very least, they're someone was willing to die for me, so it's like, all right, I owe you at least. I owe you some form of thanks, and if that's either saving you in return or ensuring that whatever's left of you can be returned to the earth, then I'll do it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. She's very contemplative right now.
Double contemplative crew. Vin?
Hey, that's my name.
What are you up to? What are you thinking?
I am riding my goat.
Mm-hmm.
What am I thinking?
Yeah.
Well, that's a question I ask myself every day. I think Vin kind of just, in a similar vein of how they were coming in, I'm kind of just like staring ahead and as we're heading towards the land of the centaurs, I do kind of just let my mind wander and just be like, why the hell am I still here? Like, it wouldn't be too much for me to say that this is a lot for anyone.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, I guess that's kind of just going through my mind at first. And then my mind starts drifting further into, well, let's just save, or not save. Yeah, let's just save Media and take it from there.
Alrighty. So, with that in mind, who is resting this night?
Osiris.
Osiris is resting. Everyone else.
Toka will take a while, but she will try.
Okay.
Same seas, but I'm the only one on my goat is the thing.
So is Toka. And Neri, technically.
We can tie a rope.
Neri's in a
I was about to
pack.
say, we could have technically, have like ropes tied.
If
Easily
you,
enough.
yeah, you can easily do that.
Oh, thank God.
I'm not that mean. Only Echo and Dalton, could you just roll me a D10 real quick?
D10, yep.
Yep.
You fucking fine, my dude.
17.
No, D10.
Yeah, 3.
Just 17 on a D10
I-
is crazy.
I got a 7 on my D10.
Okay.
So 10 in total. Which, if you add Echo's 7, is 17. So I wasn't wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you add Echo 7, you just become bad at math.
Toka manages to rest on her goat without much issue. Vin, however, your rest is restless. You cannot quite get comfortable, and you cannot quite turn off your mind to settle in for the night. Eventually, though, you do drift and you do sleep, but it's not a restful one. It is simply a period of where your eyes drift closed, but you can still feel your body where it is in the world, resting upon the relatively soft fur of the goat, feeling its gentle swaying steps that move with a purpose and quite quickly across the plains, over ridges and valleys, towards the toll bridge, which waylaid you once before. But now with Honora leading the charge, it will not do so again. In the distance, you cannot help but hear, which sends you jolting awake before drifting off again. Alarin, you are wide awake this entire time.
No rest for the wicked.
No rest for the wicked until eventually about 8 hours. Well, yeah. I'm gonna cut that down to about halfway, about 4 hours later. You wake Osiris and you switch shifts so that he may rest. You all may take a long rest.
Yes!
Yay!
So helpful.
So, not gonna lie,
Mm-hmm.
and I apologize, I completely forgot that I was already exhausted.
It's fine. He didn't sleep for like 3 days, so he was tired.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot going on there.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
We are going to time skip here. We don't need to go through the whole horse and pony show of you traveling again.
The amount of times we've been on this road.
At least 2. Anyways,
At least 2.
the days blur together as the path blends amongst itself. You do see and do pass the now decrepit forest that once stood proud and green, burnt to a crisp, but you do start to see new life begin to form as you pass. You keep hearing the sound of wolves, sound of critters, of deer, of other animals that prowl the paths. And nights become days. 72. 48. 24 hours remain. The weather.
I know this. I know this part.
Hmm.
Ocarina's out.
You may use your Song of Time once. No. I got Lily with it. The dying fleece sloshes in the pot, slung across Osiris's chest like a swaddled babe, rocked and swayed with each hurried step of these goats that are pushed far beyond their limits as you rush to rescue your friend. You draw close, dipping into a valley where you see, very distantly, at least for you, the large form of a cyclops, slowly lumbering away. The club, still massive, dragging along the ground, echoing in the canyon. As you start to rapidly approach the river.
Osiris grimaces a bit at the sight of the club. He knows what it feels like to get smacked with one of those.
Mm-hmm. As you draw close, you can barely... Actually, everyone make a perception check.
Oh boy.
I'm not so good at those.
Do your
Manette
best.
Still has.
Never mind, I'm great at those. At the natural 20.
Let's fucking go.
14.
That's a 3.
17.
14.
Ah, damn. Girl is not observant.
No, it's okay. Can Medea also make?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Does Medea have exhaustion?
Oh, fuck yeah, she does. She's at least level 2 of exhaustion. And by the way, she is not looking good because she has started getting slashed at and bit by the basilisks.
Cool. What am I sitting at health-wise?
1 hit point.
Love that. Love that for me.
You are exhausted, laying on the rock, laying perfectly still, but you do hear several sets of hooves approaching rapidly. Not that of the centaurs that, like, careful watch over the right, but rather that of goats. You distantly pick it up, but you can barely have the strength to lift your head. You have gone 7 days without food or drink, without rest. You've been bit and slashed. You've been mocked and hissed at. You cannot free yourself from the rock of Esther. But your companions are back. Now, everybody else, what are you doing currently as you see the line of centaurs who wait patiently by the rock? You still are dyeing the wool. So, and you haven't checked it in the 3 days that you have been riding.
Let's check it.
Check it out. Yeah.
Anything else?
Great idea.
Do you do it out in the open? Do you pause? Do you...
Don't go forward. Stay out of sight for a second and check it.
Out of sight.
Specifically, out of sight.
Okay. You slowly open up the lid of the pot, peering inside after depositing it on the ground. From what it looks like, the fleece is well dyed. But you can't tell unless you pull it into the light.
Okay,
I've got something that might help here. And I kind of want to do this anyway. Why, yes.
Mhm.
No. Actually. I forgot there was a time limit on this. I'm going to do it anyway, just so that we can check without having to pull it out in front of the centaurs or wherever we are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, position myself between the pot and the centaurs, like use my big frame.
Yes.
Mhm.
Alarin's gonna he's gonna use a spell slot here and reach his hand into the pot so that
Okay.
this 20-foot cube is just constrained by the walls of the pot. And it doesn't
Okay.
happen everywhere, but
Okay.
just in the pot. And he's
Okay.
gonna hit it with a fairy fire. And it says that it is outlined in like blue, green, or violet light, my choice. I was hoping that I could do yellow, but I just read that it's not like gold or yellow. So he'll just do it just to see. He'll hit it with green and
Okay.
have the pot lit up.
It looks like this sickly green-yellow color, but it's hard to see through with the dyed water specifically, as that is also a deep yellow, right? So, off the reflection, it's about a greenish, yellowy color.
Well, that might not be exactly what we want, but I say it's personally, I think it's probably not worth risking the check right now. Because we won't be able to do anything to change it, even if it doesn't look great, right?
Well, I can...
I think.
No, you go. You go. It's fine.
Well, I was going to say, you don't want the fleece to be dripping wet when you offer it as a sacrifice.
It's smart.
That too. And if it's not completely dyed yellow, I can at least try to make it look and appear gold. So at least we'll probably have an easier time with it.
Smart. Okay, let's take it out then.
Pull out this dripping, heavy fucking fleece. Have you ever gone wool wet?
Yes.
You know how heavy that shit?
Heavy.
It is so heavy. So, it's like kind of like a struggle to lift it, and let alone squeeze it, as it has absorbed so much moisture in the 3 days of travel. But the dyed water is actually staining your hands yellow, Alarin. Well,
Great.
greenish yellow.
Oh.
Due to just this sheer like concentration of it, and it's soaping wet. You can see it like run water down, and it like splats against the floor. And then you pawn it off to Osiris because it's fucking heavy as shit.
There is a visible moment there after pawning it off to Osiris.
Yeah.
Where Alarin is looking at his greenish yellow dyed hands.
Yeah.
And there's just like a moment of his mind being completely elsewhere. It's like the smile fades, he's just looking at his hands, and then he shakes it off and hands it off to Osiris.
Duly noted.
Check
Osiris.
something real quick.
Yeah, make us do the thing.
No, there's nothing I can do about it. I'll take it.
Okay. Do you bring it out? What do you do?
Do we have any...
Druidcraft can't dry it, can it? It needs to be prestidigitation.
Yeah.
It's really funny, but it's too bad Medea's Chained to the Rock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I only have Druidcraft.
Does Neri have prestidigitation?
Hold on, let me check Neri's character sheet.
Potentially.
I'm pretty sure she does.
Hope she does.
Give me a second. Pre-made. This one. Give me 2 secs. Sorry, I'm like speed running
You did good.
because I gotta.
Take as many seconds as you want.
I gotta hunt her down. Um, we're level 3, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Gotta search
Yes.
through all of my fucking characters. It's a good thing I snagged her before she disappeared forever. Yes, she does have prestidigitation.
Perfect.
And
Because, yeah, we could just do that.
mm-hmm. And then she has a few other things. Sorry, I'm trying to grab it. Cat, be better organized. You silly bitch. Alright, cool. So yes, she does have and Neri quickly drawing into the ether pulls all the water away from the wool, drying it almost instantaneously. Here it seems like she's in control of that magic. She works with focused concentration as she does so, whipping it away.
Have
There.
her clean off our hands as well. Leave no evidence.
Mm-hmm.
With prestidigitation.
She quickly does the same, whipping away any dye that remained on anybody's hands. All right. Now we sacrifice a golden fleece to save a friend. I don't think she has much time left.
Right.
Indeed.
Okay. All right.
Let's do it.
Let's let me just quickly minor illusion this to make it look more gold. It's relatively
Great
well
idea.
dyed, but give me a sec. She kind of,
Better to be safe than sorry.
yeah, especially if we're trying to trick a mighty Titan god who may or may not want us killed. You know, she kind of says that as she gestures with her hands, and you see this little spark of gold that emerges, and it kind of whoosh to the fleece where you hold it, and you see it shimmers, becoming this golden, beautiful golden hue that shimmers and shines and reflects in the light, almost glowing.
Let's hope this works.
All right, what do you guys do?
Stash away the pot and let's go.
Head for the centaurs. Walk
All right.
that way.
You.
Um.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
There is thing that everyone should make sure they have one of the shields.
The
Everyone should
shields,
make sure they
right.
have one of the shields.
Yes.
It doesn't need, don't unwrap it, but have it like strapped to your arm.
Mhm.
Then you can pull the cover off if you need it.
Will do.
Toko will make sure of that because if I'm not mistaken,
Replace it with,
I have it stashed away.
Wonderful. You all approach the centaurs, making enough noise to be noticed by them, and you see the mighty centaur chieftain who stands nearby, slowly turns, his watchful gaze leaving Medea, landing towards all of you. So, has a decision been made? What
I believe it has, yes.
is it?
Princess Honora, would you like to speak on behalf of your father?
Oh boy, what did Pythor say? Pythor swore an oath, right? That hang on, shoot, what was the exact wording? Because the exact wording is really important. shoot. Where did we write down what the oath was? That would have been a really good thing to do. Where is it? This. To scroll through like 3 different things to. Damn. Okay. Crap. Okay. What was the details of the oath? That he would basically give them what they wanted.
And he swears this by oath. No lies, no falsehoods.
He did swear an oath, yes.
Very well. Then we, my herd, will not march upon your lands anymore. Just as long as your dear father continues to follow his oath, we shall step aside. But Sidon still demands a sacrifice. And your friend is almost ready. Come, then let us watch together. And he turns his watchful gaze towards the rock of Estor and where Medea is laying.
I think Medea looks up, kind of, and she's not sure if she's seeing what she thinks she's seeing.
Mm-hmm.
But a smirk kind of climbs up on her face. Because if she's seeing what she thinks she's seeing, then fuck this guy, I made it.
And the sun slowly begins to move into position. You hear the rumble of clouds, dark and deep. Thunder echoing with it. You see them beginning to form on the horizon, as Sidon comes to claim his prize.
Get the wool!
We should get there right now. Let's run.
Yeah.
Like, we have a
If
substitution.
needed,
Last
I will-
minute substitution.
If I need to run, I can turn into an animal and book it with it.
Before we go forward, I'm handing the fleece to Alarin, giving him a nod. You will have to do the talking. Or someone who's not me.
If you're
I
sure.
will be back a bit. But I cannot be up there with you. Pats him on the shoulder. You got this.
Thanks. I'll hand it full of water.
Let me just find this real quick, because I think methinks this would be very appropriate.
Oh no, we're getting dramatic music.
Oh no!
Fantasy costume where all your dreams
come true. Not a deal for you.
Do y'all see my cat perched menacingly on the couch behind me?
Yeah, he's just standing there.
He was just
It's
staring
straight
at me for a hot
posted
minute.
up.
Let's see if I can get this to do the thing that I want it to do in the Discord server.
Mayhaps.
Perhaps. I am unsure if I'll be able to make this work. I would love to use the bot, but I can't because it'll break. It'll break the Discord thing. We need to find a better.
Alternative for it.
Yeah. Let me just give this a listen.
It's just the Beach Boys. Wouldn't it be nice?
If we were together, wouldn't it be better? And I'm just gonna go for the YouTube version. I'm just gonna send you guys the link because yeah. Actually, give me a sec. I have an idea.
Ooh, dramatic.
Give me a sec. She ain't working. Alright, so you guys get a link. Here we go. We're gonna play it all together. 3, 2, 1.
Great
No.
God,
song.
I love this song
No.
so much.
It's so loud.
Turn it down.
That might just also be because I'm deaf and have YouTube.
Yep. You see
Oh,
this.
Discord has ads now.
What? Anyways. You see this swirling form of a massive creature made of storm begin to formulate in these clouds that seem to almost slowly but powerfully approach the position. Everyone else, what are you doing as Alarin is running to the Rock of Astoria?
I'm running beside him, well, trying to, obviously,
Yeah.
clumsy.
Yeah.
Pretty much for you as the DM, just to note, if we need to, she is going to be shapeshifting to a wolf to carry it if Olerin needs the assistance. So she's
Okay.
trying to keep with him.
We're gonna play a little game. Alarin. Toka.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Make a
I'm
dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Could I
Let's go.
possibly persuade you to make this an acrobatics check?
I'm sorry.
Yoink.
Technically it's
Natural.
23.
Natural 18 for a total of 18.
Very nice.
Love that.
You easily keep pace, sprinting as fast as you're able to towards this rock that sits in the center of this river. You see the lightning begins to flash and crackle against the clouds, spidering and spider webbing across. You see massive eyes slowly open in the clouds as Sidon begins to take form. You make it with minutes to spare, clambering on top of this rock as the rest of your party begins to sit back. And Medea, you see through sun-stained and weakened eyes, you see Alarin peering down at you with this shining fleece in hand. What are we doing?
I think Medea, at least, there's a smile on her face, and then she closes her eyes. And she keeps them closed because she doesn't want to risk hurting them.
I was about to say, one of the first things that Toka does is instantly puts her hand over, like, her face, like, not, like, on her face, but just enough to shield her eyes, just even from the sun itself, like, she doesn't want her friend's eyes to be hurting, but she also knows what those eyes can do, so she's gonna, like, protect Medea and everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
While all are in bargains with Dormammu.
Wonderful. You hear this deep, rumbling voice speak out. I can't really do it very well, but I'm gonna try. Oh, man. I have come for my prize. I'm doing the best I can.
Amazing.
Hold on. Whips open Discord. I think. There's also the voice mod thing on Discord, and I'm scared to use it. I haven't used it yet.
I'm Sebastian, and here's what my voice sounds like.
I'm Cyberboss.
Nope. I'm just gonna say it with my voice.
Yeah,
Regular voice.
that's fine. That's
I'm
perfect.
lazy. I have come for my prize.
Lauren bows low, very low to the ground, takes a deep breath as he does so, and just switches into performance mode.
Okay.
As he's had to do a number of times in the past. And when he raises his head back up, there's a big smile on his face. And he's like, "O great lord of the storms of the sea, powerful Sidon, husband of my chosen representative goddess, we are here to present you with said prize. Now I know that you had hoped for, thought that you were going to get a sacrifice of someone chosen from the city. And somewhere along the way, now you look down, and he's going to make sure that he doesn't look at Medea, but he gestures in that direction. And now you see that there's someone else tied here, waiting for you to be your prize. And that is why, that is the entire reason that my beloved friends and I have sought out the great golden fleece. Knowing how well many of your children value their sheep, we wanted to bring you only the best. And because of that, we have done so, hopefully right in the nick of time, to please your power, your greatness. And he'll take a knee and offer, he'll just hold up the golden fleece.
Okay. I am going to need a persuasion check from you.
Okay.
Now, before you roll, does anyone have a way to help him?
Sorry, I'm way back there with Osiris.
Hang
I
on.
do
I'm trying
Can
to think.
Nora have given him less?
I will
Shoot, no, that's
allow
only
it.
tackles and saves.
I will
Wait,
allow
check.
it. You have... Anyone can offer help. With each help, the DC goes down.
I'm trying to think of like how Toka would help because like obviously she's there, she can. I just like, I guess she'll kind of do with a bow as well, and kind of as a person of Thylia and like believing in Thylia, like this is really hard for her to bow to him, but she does. To kind of maybe push on the.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does Medea have anything? I think Medea is probably like spent.
Mm-hmm.
Poor bean.
Could we have said that?
You know what? You know what? She can give you stable footing with a spider climb, I guess. We'll try that.
All right, so this is gonna be reaching a bit.
Hey.
Okay. Would my little speech to him before he went up, would that have helped him like feel more confident in it at all? Because that's all the health that I can get. I can't go up there. Otherwise, this whole plan goes down the drain.
That is up to Ethan to decide.
I will say that literally, and it's funny because it's the last session where John wasn't here, Osiris wasn't present, but Lauren did have a moment of like self-doubt in his speech to the king because he messed it up with the centaurs before. So I think that was like a very personal, on the nose point of encouragement from Osiris.
Okay. All right. Finn, you are the last.
I'm sorry.
You have nothing.
I'm sorry. I'm back with Osiris, and I cannot for the life of me figure out how I would have been of any help.
Okay. So you have bless. Neri has given you a soft smile of encouragement from all the way fucking over there, because she should not be. But she gave it to
And
you.
she gave the minor illusion.
She gave the minor illusion, so this will count towards the inspiration. Your DC to beat. Don't roll yet. Don't roll yet.
I'm not rolling yet.
Your DC to beat is an 18.
Okay.
You have bless. You can make this
I do
happen.
have bless. Okay. Are we ready?
You got this. You
got
got this. Please, please. Toka is bowing to a god she hates for you right now. Please.
So I have not rolled the bless yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's sitting at a total of 16.
Okay, alright.
There's just a 50-50 chance on the D4.
Please.
And I rolled a 3, which makes it a 19.
That is enough to be successful.
Oh my god.
Let's go!
I am gonna have to draw Olerin just sweating over a dice.
99% stress.
Oh god.
Let's go, guys.
Let's fucking go.
I would cheer louder, but, I have neighbors.
So fair. So valid.
Understandable.
There's a slow, considering rumble of thunder that ripples through the valley. He is formless, truly. A mere swirl of clouds and two pairs of eyes, massive and glowing, staring down. You can tell that the Titan himself is not truly there, but just a mere fraction of his power. And as you present this golden fleece to him, your sincerity bleeding into your words, your performance having your heart beating so vividly and strongly in your chest. You can feel your breath coming out in short gasps. There's a moment of silence before the rumble grows. And the Titan God speaks once more. I find your offering to be. And there's a moment of panic, of dread settling into your chest as he pauses again. Was it good? Was it worth it? Was it enough? You hear Osiris's voice in the back of your head, a silent little encouragement. You see Neri smile. You see and feel Toka's presence behind you, and Medea lying on the floor. You feel her cold, clammy hand gently against your ankle, softly encouraging you. Sufficient. I suggest you move, little mortal.
I'll very quickly place the fleece down and backpedal fast.
Are you taking Medea with you?
But yes, we are,
Yeah.
definitely.
I will state if Medea does not have her eye wrappings or anything like that, Toka is gonna rip some fabric off to help, make her feel comfortable and stuff like that to get her moved.
And with this light that kind of shimmers at the bottom of this cloudscape, you sprint off the rock, nearly tumbling, taking both Toka and Medea with you as far as you can go. You hear it and feel it before you truly see it. The hairs on the back of your neck stand up, static electricity filling the air, and you hear the crackle before A bolt of lightning strikes down the rock, leaving it seared, and the fleece gone. And you've now run. Because it's only a matter of time. You sprint to your goats, to your companions, boarding them quickly, and begin to flee. The centaurs pay you no mind. They simply watch you go. You hear the rumbles of the Cyclops, watching the lightning in awe and in prayer. They are distracted for now. But that's all you need as you make your way back to the city of Astoria. Your heart still beating fast, quick in your chest. Your breath still coming out in little tiny gasps. Medea, weak. Slung onto the same goat as Honora. And that is where we're going to leave it for tonight. So,
Oh, holy shit.
Goodness.
Oh, wonderful.
So,
Glorious, even.
with all that said and done, thank you so much for watching us tonight. I hope you guys all had fun. I hope you enjoyed the session of the month. I know I had a great time. I know I had fun. We will be back again the first Sunday of May. So keep an eye out on that. This episode will be posted onto YouTube as soon as I remember to do so. You can watch the full unedited VODs from there. Soon there will be like little edited segments to show the best parts, because why not? I'm bored.
Especially the funny parts.
Especially the funny parts and the really, really good parts. Let's see if we're going to rate out tonight. Let's see if there's anyone I want to just kind of pay a visit to. I'm not seeing anyone right now, so we're not going to rate out tonight, but that is totally fine with me. Alright, everybody. I hope you guys had a great time. My non-D&D part will be live on Wednesday. We're going to be doing God knows what on that time. So we will see you in the next episode. I hope everyone takes care. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Deuces.